Alright, welcome to Kevin's Show Work. We're going to be doing CB2w, questions 1 through 11. Alright, the first question, if you look, okay, the subject is public libraries. Have experiences the verb, and reducing is the object. So what we're looking for is a noun form of reducing, which is reduction. So the correct answer is B. If you hear any noise in the background, it's the air conditioner and also a thunderstorm. Number 2. Here it's looking for a transition. Okay, so what we're going to do is look at the sentence before, right, and the sentence after. Here it says they've reduced operating funds, right, due to cuts imposed on the federal, state, and local government levels. Here it says library staffing has been cut by almost 4% since 2008. Okay, this is a result of reducing operating funds. Okay, these two are related by a cause and effect. Consequently is the only cause and effect. Okay, this is the only one that means as a result of. B here is the correct choice. Okay, for number 3, okay, it's just the verb, right? If it's just the verb, always look for the subject. So here we're going to look for the subject from the beginning of the sentence, and actually trend is the subject. Everything in between is a modifier. So don't get fooled by the things in between the commas, right? This trend has led some to claim. And trend is singular. So A is the correct choice. Remember, anything between commas is usually a modifier. I'll write that down. Okay, number 4. At this point, the writer is considering adding the following information. Okay, the share of library materials that is in non-print formats is increasing steadily, right? So if we look here, it's talking about non-print formats, and if we look at the information that we're going to add, it's ebooks, audio, video materials, and online journals. Non-print means it's not like a book on paper, right? These are all online or electronic things. So these are examples of, right? So here, if you look here, it says it's a specific example of the materials discussed. So we can confidently choose A here. Number 5, okay? For them to circulate, if you look here, it says from right here, in 2010, at least 18.5 million books were available for them to circulate. Okay, who is them? Them is actually talking about the library, right? So here, if they were to try to clarify, they'd say the library, but that option isn't available. So here we're gonna go with D, because shorter, it's shorter. And number 6, all right, this one, it's a list. So as a result, librarians must now be proficient curators, right? This is what they have to be, proficient curators of electronic information. And what does it take to be a proficient curator of electronic information? 1 is compiling, 2 is catalog, and 3 is updating. This is a parallel construction, right? Or a list. So that means all of them have to look the same. Because it's just catalog that's underlined, you can tell that these two have ing at the end. So naturally this is going to be D. Do not be confused by this comma here, okay? All it's doing is introducing a list, okay? Or think of it as a modifying list, right? It describes, okay, what the curator of electronic information is, or what they need to. Okay, let's look at number 7. Okay, which choice most effectively combines the underlying sentence? So if we look here, that's the period where the two sentences are separated. First strategy in doing this is always look at the answer choices and mark where they combined it, right, or how they combined it. So if you look at choice A, they use a semicolon. Choice C uses a semicolon. Semicolons are generally frowned on by the SAT. Once in a while it'll be right, so don't use this as a hardened rule, but generally that's usually not going to be the right answer. And then in this case it's also not, so we can cross those out. Here, okay, if we see B and D, these are the two choices remaining, and I'm going to look at D first. Let's look at what the subject and the verb is. Including courses on research and internet search methods in their training is, in fact, why many librarians teach classes in internet navigation, database, and software use, and digital information literacy. So here, is the verb. That we can see clearly. So what is why many librarians teach classes? According to this sentence, it's including courses, right? So if we think about it, right, it's answering a question, right? Why many librarians teach classes? Because the library includes courses on research and search methods. That doesn't make sense, right? Why would they teach classes? Because they included courses? No. Okay? So here we can get rid of this because it just doesn't make sense. B is actually the correct answer, right? In fact, many librarians whose training now includes courses on research and internet search methods teach classes, right? They teach classes and they're able to because their training includes this, right? But that's not the reason why they're teaching classes. Okay, the reason why would be something personal. Okay, number 8. Here, it's a but, right? So, again, it's a transition. So we're looking for the correct transition. And so we're looking for things that might be contrasting between up here and all the way down to here, right? But one thing we notice on this is while. While is a subordinating conjunction. It also is a contrast. So if you have a contrast here, you do not need another contrast here. Also, this is a subordinating, right, conjunction, which means it's a dependent clause. Okay, here to here, do you see that comma? It's a dependent clause. It does not stand independently. Here, the subject is adult patrons and can. You don't combine a dependent clause with a independent clause with comma but. So we can get rid of that. Actually, all you need, especially with a subordinating conjunction dependent clause, is a comma plus subject verb. So D here is the correct answer. Number 9, which choice most effectively sets up the examples given at the end of the sentence? All right, so free to all who utilize their services. Public libraries and librarians are especially valuable, okay? Why are they valuable? Because they offer free resources that may be difficult to find elsewhere, such as help with online job. Okay, one big clue here is especially valuable. When something is especially valuable, a question that you might ask is when. when is it especially valuable, right? And here, the only one that talks about time is during periods of economic recession. Another thing is that it's talking about free resources, right? That may be difficult to find, okay? Free, when do you need something free? When you have an economic recession. Those are the big clues for this one. So the answer is B. All right, number 10. Here, it's just a matter of tone, okay? So we have three things: income tax, law troubles, and retirement programs. Law troubles is a little informal, okay? These two are too long to say the exact same thing. So B here is the correct answer. Number 11, which choice most clearly ends the passage, right, with a restatement of the primary claim? Where do you find the primary claim? It's always going to be, right, in the first paragraph, okay? Or not always, so let's write near the first paragraph, right? Most likely, last sentence. All right, we're gonna check to see if that is true. So we have this back, right? We have the first paragraph, and we notice that the paragraph continues. So we're gonna flip the page, and we're gonna go straight to the bottom. As public libraries adapt to rapid technological advances in information distribution, librarians' roles are actually expanding. This here is actually the claim, the main claim. What says that? And here, answer choice C says the exact same thing. All right, that's it. Hope this helped.